let us go back to the Jamboard. Let me see. Martina, would you like to explain what kind of boss your team needs? And then also maybe in relation to what you're saying, you're a creative boss, but you will want to be a bit more goal-orientated, more understanding, a little bit more on the emotional level, you said yesterday. And now that you've thought about what you think your team needs, yeah, can you describe it for us? And while you do that, you can type it on a sticky note if you want.
Oh, could I type afterwards?
Also, yes, very okay.
Okay. I believe my team needs a consistent leader. Communication should be effective. It goes as well hand in hand with responsiveness, giving feedback. One thing I didn't talk about is that, okay, currently I joined a team of 4 individuals, and we're looking into brand development and identity. So it's a new thing, it's a growing venture. Yeah, we have our skills, everyone is good. There is one person in particular who is good in that whole area of brand development and identity. And me, I'm new into it because I've been more into the crafts and the cards customization, but not really brand development.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, continue, yeah.
So I believe, diving into am I a boss? I believe that I should be a boss of my personal time management, because this is teamwork. And also indirectly, the client becomes the boss. Yeah. Yeah, indirectly. If maybe a deliverable is not satisfying their needs, yeah, in actual sense, they are the boss. However, you advise, of course, but in a way, if you don't deliver something, you're in trouble. Yeah. Yes. What else? What else I do? Okay. Getting back to the sickle cell disease awareness vision, I believe that I'm totally a boss. I shouldn't work under someone, because if I want to make this vision come to reality, I should drive it. I should be a leader. Yeah.
So, sorry, Martina, to interrupt you, but the next practice will be about if you want to be a boss or work for a boss. This one was now here was only about what kind of boss does your team need.
Okay, I want to be a boss.
Yes.
So that I can make my vision happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Yeah. So can you write down on a sticky note what kind of boss your team needs? And I was interesting that you said that some of the people in your team were very able, I think, and willing and confident. They have really like, if you look at the task, they are very mature. And do you find that also on the relationship side? Because you have the task side, but also on the relationship side, on the supportive side, is that person also confident about the abilities that he has or she has?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes,
so yeah.
We have different roles, but I believe everyone is confident about their roles.
Yeah. And what do you find as a leader? Because you're saying that, you know, that some of the people are very able. Do you feel that maybe that you are in that task, maybe less experience? Do you think you need that experience as a leader? Do you think you need to be able to do what they are doing?
No, I believe that, okay, I'm open to learning, but also I already have a good skill at it, designing, but I'm open to learning more. For instance, I'm not really good at, I totally don't know how to design the web designing, web development. So yeah, so I could learn from that other person. But then going back to what Dr. Ricky had told us, you're not supposed to do everything.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
hear you out here.
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
because
no,
you couldn't
absolutely.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm speaking
Absolutely.
now.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Maybe while Martina is typing, Angela, do you want to be the next one?
Hi, yeah, I had written that the kind of boss that my team needs is a competent leader who cares about their personal as well as professional growth and well-being. So based on the discussion and the information we had gotten from both you and Dr. Ricky yesterday, I do believe that working is not just about working. I mean, you have to look at people's personal lives also, because that impacts them, whether we like it or not,
Yeah.
whether we like the effect it has on our businesses or not. And so if somebody's going through something at home, chances are they would bring it to work, even if they try not to. It would affect them emotionally. And once it's affecting them emotionally, it would affect the outcome of your business for any particular day. So that's the kind of boss that I want to be.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. That's very good. So, because yesterday you were saying you're a more orientated boss. So I hear you saying that now you also want to like dive a bit more deeper into on the relationship side.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And where would you describe that your team or your people are at the moment? Do you have people or a team?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So my business is it's home healthcare agency. We visited patients in their homes, and it's my husband and I, and then we have two other nurses, and then we have a physical therapist and aides that go to patients' homes to take care of them.
Yeah.
So essentially, what I would say is for the leadership part, I would say that I believe that I'm the S2 with a high task. And then right now I'm incorporating the high relationship also.
Yeah.
And then for my team, I agree with what Martina had said. Or I think it was I can't remember her name, the one that had spoken initially.
Janina?
She had mentioned, yes, she had
Yeah.
mentioned that the team is at different stages. And so the nurses are on a different level, the aides are on a different level. And so I would say that I'll put us at the R2. Sometimes people are willing, but they're unable. So that's where I'll put our team.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, okay, yeah, very good. And I think that's also really relates with what you're saying, that you're task orientated, but you also need to work on that relationship side. And that's when people are at S2 or R2, it's high on task and high on relationship. Yeah. Yeah, you have to make sure they're okay, but also have to keep selling them on the idea how you want things to be done in the end, and when something is successful. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, if you want to put this also on the right side on a sticky note.
Sure.
And Martina, is yours already there? Ah, yes, you put that one there. Okay, perfect. Joel, are you there?
Yes, I am, Anneli.
Yeah, very good. Welcome back.
Though I'm sorry I joined a bit late.
That's okay. Yeah, Joel. So yesterday, do you know? Do I need to repeat what the idea is, what we're doing, or are you? Is it clear what we're doing? I don't know when you joined.
Yeah, it's clear. If
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, by the time I joined, I had people talk about the kind of boss.
Yes. Perfect.
Their team would need. And I think basically for me, it will definitely be a leader that is result oriented, one that is able to believe in the team he has put together. And the other thing is not always a leader that will not always interrupt the team while they are doing their work, but rather come in as someone who's trying to offer support. Because I've realized when someone is intervening or trying to give advice to the team, in most cases, it may not necessarily augur well with the team members.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you have to be at a level that lets them execute without
Yeah,
necessarily managing.
micromanaging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is really interesting what you're saying. Yeah, and I think that's also for everybody here something very important. Like I really like how you say support, facilitate, help with the execution, but not like micromanage. Yeah, because I think really especially for managers, um, it's so important to facilitate and to make sure that everybody can do their work. That's actually the job of a manager. And yeah, so I think that's really good what you're mentioning there. Because what phase is your team at when you look at the different stages?
Some keep going off the team, they get better or other interests and then opt for other opportunities. So definitely all of them are different stages.
Yeah.
So there are those that we started with that are still there, but there are those that keep coming and they come with different cultures, and you have to be patient with them to let them change
And
until they are
settle and get used to the culture. Yeah.
yes,
And
yeah.
that takes, yeah, and that
Takes a while to with some elements,
yeah,
and you have to be patient
yeah,
because you can't rush up
absolutely.
the process. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And also with that, that is something that I yeah would love to go into that a bit deeper, but I don't think the time will allow us. But also with what you're saying with that, when you say like there are new people on board, and those people sometimes you know you need to take them by the hand. Others maybe less, but new people they have to get used to the culture. What is the culture of this company? Who are my colleagues? What is expected from me. And what you see then sometimes is that especially when you're a growing business, you are hiring a lot of people, that is something to keep in mind, to also keep an eye out for the people that have been with you for a long time or longer time, because sometimes you lose them a little bit out of your sight. But they are the ones that really know well what the DNA and is in your company and are actually responsible for a part of the culture. Yeah, and what you sometimes see when businesses grow very fast is that the ones that were there from the beginning feel a little bit like, hey, hello, I'm also still here, like they feel a little bit, yeah, left out sometimes. Yeah, so that's just something to keep in mind when you talk about growing businesses as well, is that, the whole team is important and the team is rapidly changing, and that asks a lot from a leader to be very aware of all the different stages that everybody is at. Yeah, just a little side note. Joel, can you write it down on a sticky note?
I'll do so.
Okay, perfect. Dr. Ricky. Yes. Can you take us, and I don't know if you actually have a team now, but of course, in your experience, maybe what kind of boss do you think your team needs?
Well, in my line of work, I need a team that's very self-sufficient, and I'm more of the directive type of. I'm not task oriented. I'm more people oriented than process, for example. So I get to understand what is it that my team desires, and then I put them in the role that they desire to be in to facilitate their performance as well as maximizing the project itself. So, I look for people, I look to serve the team and make sure that they get the satisfaction that they desire, understanding that we still have a job to do. And that's why I always said it's so important to make sure you have the right people with you in the first place. Um, I don't take kindly to the complaining type person. Um, so I would rather remove a person from my team that's consistently complaining and put someone who wants to be there than just maintain the quote unquote status quo. So for me, if you do it right, you get the accolades. If you do it wrong, because I have to report to stakeholders. So if the team does it right, the team gets the accolades. If the team does it wrong, I get the hand spanking. I never tell, like, I will never say, Annalise did it wrong. It's, I got it wrong. I'll take it back to my team and I'll get it accomplished. However, if it worked out great, I would say Annalise was the leader in getting this done. However, when I get back to the team, it is I who bring it to the team of, Annalise, you did this wrong. I will say Annalise did it wrong, but I will never let someone outside of my team point the finger at Annalise.
Yeah.
But they can point the finger at her when she does things right. I'm always a shield for my team. And I think by being a shield for my team, they have confidence in me. They know that I always have their back. And as a result, they'll work harder for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I can really relate to that. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so yours is a little bit different, I think, than from the attendees. The way you you talk more about, what kind of team do I want and how do I make sure I have that team and that I have their back. But maybe you can still, because I would like to, maybe in a few words, you can write this on a sticky note as well. Thank you so much. Love team.
Awesome. All right. You said, you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Yeah. The leader want to be relationship oriented boss that my team need, and also need a tax oriented boss as well. And reason being is that my goal is to create a special education program here in Liberia, but there's no special education here at all. So my team relies on me to give them the content they need to move forward, because there's no baseline here in the country to work from. So that's why I have to be tax oriented in giving them the tools they need to move forward, and also have to be flexible, understanding that they have no knowledge of special education as well. So it's kind of a little tight space and difficult. Most of them able, but willing and confident to do what I ask them to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I am. So business starting from scratch and nothing to pull from. Only what I bring to them and have to teach them to work along with me. So it's a little difficult, but that's where I am right now.
I can understand. And when you say, because I can completely understand that, when you say it's a little difficult, what is for you the most difficult? What are things that you think like, oh, that sometimes it's really hard, that's really challenging? What is that?
What's difficult is I would like to have team members that are knowledgeable in special education to help a new set of group of people. But it's just I'm the only one so far, and I'm trying to get people on board. Because you need school psychologists, you need other special education team members to sell to the team here in Liberia. It's just regular teachers, and like I said, they're willing, but the concept is not here. So that's what's kind of hard for me. I'm trying to. There's nobody in the country to help me. So if I'm from the school, I have to get somebody from out of the country with knowledge to come in and help me. And now with the Zoom world, that could be another way of I could get help. But prior to the Zoom world, I mean, it was just you have to be on the ground and do everything. So I'm trying to explore other means.
Yeah.
Okay, I could get other people across continent to help me to train my team.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. So actually, when you look at this from a situational relationship side, what you need to do at the moment is a lot of telling and selling and almost marketing for to get this started.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can understand that for now that's quite a bit of an isolated position. But you're saying you don't have the team yet, and it's you who has to like sell it. Yeah, so that asks a lot from you, and I think a lot in the S1 and S2 stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Yeah, I think you can maybe put a few words, like, because I really think that what kind of boss your business at this moment needs, because that's the phase where you're in. So maybe you can write that down on a sticky note. Let me see. Joel, how are you going with the sticky note?
I have written it down. You can check.
Is it on the right side of this? No. I see Martina, Shanina, Dr. Ricky. But Nelly, I don't think I've heard from you what your team needs. Is that right?
Sorry, you haven't heard from me, Annalise.
Yeah, that's right, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. The floor is yours.
I like the fact that actually I wasn't picked on earlier because I think maybe I was going to miss by a bit, but I was being guided. I've just been guided by Lofty.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, giving the kind of leader that the team needs at the moment. And I think at her stage, we are almost the same stage together. With me, I would say right now, the people that I get to work with are the people that I outsource. So I am basically, I have to lead myself to make sure that I get things working. So the kind of leader that I need now, or I need to be for myself, is still, I will go back to yesterday. I have to be a collaborative leader, because I will need to be partnering with the people that I need, that I think are resourceful to execute certain tasks that come on board for me. And at the moment, what I think I need before I can have a team that I have full time, because now the team that I have to get on board, that I get on board, is the team that I outsource, and then we execute a task and get it done, and then that is it. So I go back. So I have a role to look out for the creative team out there, the creative persons, the right personnel to support me, depending on what task is at hand. Yes.
Yeah. And how do you make sure that you collaborate with the right person and that you search for the right person? What does that need from you to make sure that you hire the right person that you're outsourcing?
So that requires me to be very keen and attentive when it comes to the identifying the kind of person that I would need to support me.
Yeah,
I have to
because
put in some research. It sometimes you get disappointed. That is very true, especially when it's a skill that you're not equipped in, or you're not knowledgeable on that skill, and somebody comes on board and then they don't do something right. That is the challenging bit of it. But then right now it is more of referrals. I depend more on who has done what for my other colleagues in the field. that can say, oh, Nelly, you can try out this person.
Yeah. So that means basically that when you look at referrals and what have those people done before, that you're looking maybe quite task orientated. But is it necessary? Are the people that you want to work with also need to be a specific kind of type, or do they also work with people what needs a certain soft skills from them?
Yes, definitely, yes, they would need the soft skills. The soft skills that are required for the particular, especially for the kind of work that I do. Soft skills
Yeah.
is the key. It's the one that drives us. So
Yeah.
no wonder I have, if I'm to get referrals, I have to get to the people that are almost in the same field that can
Yeah.
help me out. Yeah, to point out the person that I can work with.
Yeah. 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 So you're actually looking for, I think, stage 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, maybe people. When we look at when you look at the stages of the maturity of employees, or like I said, follower readiness, or you're looking at people that are well developed and high in the task what they're doing, but also on the
Yes.
relationship side.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. 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 And do you think you have the skills to make sure you're searching for the right person? Or are there sometimes things that you think, oh, sometimes I'm struggle with this, or, it doesn't always go well. Can you look from your personal skills, how you do it and what you're lacking, or maybe you're not lacking anything? That's of course also possible.
I think I would give myself maybe 70% on being in the right position to know, or to be able to judge who can do
Yeah.
things. And yeah, so I think I'm not doing bad. I'm above average.
Very good, very good. That is what a leader is supposed to say about themselves, right? Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Maybe you can put it on a sticky note as well.
I'll put it in the chat. I had put a different response, so I'll put a different the down response in the chat.
Okay, perfect, perfect. I will put it in the Jamboard.